So another month and another autocross. This time around, I'm headed back to street racing made safe, except that whereas in the past, I think the last event I only had brand new front tires and an alignment, whereas my rears were on their way out. This time around, I had brand new fronts, brand new rears, and an alignment. So I expected my car to do much better. Of course, I could stand to change my front brake rotors and pads, but that's another story for another day. Usually on my way down to this thing, I do see some interesting cars. As you see, there was a C8 Stingray right there next to me on the freeway. As I'm pulling into the gas station, I always pull into the gas station that's right by the track before I get there, and that's because Camaro already being a little nose heavy, I want to have a full tank of gas when I autocross so that the car's a little bit more balanced. I've noticed that when I don't do that, I tend to suffer as far as my times and my performance. So here I'm pulling into the gas station. You see an older McLaren there. It's always interesting to see those. I do bump into a few of the different autocrossers as I pull into this gas station, who I guess have the same idea I do. This time around, there were less autocrossers in general, just because there was an SCCA track day going on simultaneously inside the speedway. That was pretty interesting, but by the time I found out about it, it was a little too late to register. Plus, I found out there was a ton of people registered for it because it was a pretty affordable track day, and that means a lot of novices on track, a lot of traffic, attitudes, mistakes, etc. Things that I don't want to deal with on a track day. So for me, I'll go with a larger organization that has their situation, a little bit more tight on another day. So I was content to just hit my autocross, do my usual thing. Here I am pulling up to the speedway. The actual autocross happens on the go-kart track, which is at the front of the speedway. So I'm just kind of like pulling in. These guys go ahead and get your information, and then you're allowed to go in there and park. So I actually got here pretty early. I'm normally a little bit later, whereas like there's already formations, like cars and little groups forming. In this case, I was pretty much the first Camaro there, and it was just myself and Millie Road. If you follow him on Instagram, we were pretty much the only two Camaros representing, because the other two Camaros were representing on the track. So big shout out to those guys as well. I'll definitely have to catch up with those guys and find out how the track day went for them. In any case, let's get back to the autocross. Here goes my first run. We're gonna get into the 40s for sure. We're gonna get into the 40s for sure. Okay, low 40. second. Killed another second. Okay. Can't complain. Getting better, but still not winning anything. So that was all of my runs. I definitely had a much better time of it with good tires for a change. The worn out brakes are definitely starting to tax me, but oh well. Another day, another dollar, another thing I got to spend money on. No big deal. I'll go ahead and get that done before the next event. Now, overall, I probably was not anywhere near as fast as I wanted to be. The car is definitely better. I'm getting, the feeling of balance that I used to have back. So hopefully with the brakes, that's like the last gating item, and then the thing goes back to how it was back when it was, pretty much newer. Um, Other than that, I could stand to check the clunking coming from my front sway bar. I did adjust that one time and it went away like for a day before it started doing it again. Like I did the fix where you put the Loctite and everything. I ended up actually ordering the lock washers, the locking nuts, excuse me, from GM. So I have those. I literally just need to take these things off and install the new ones and torque them down to the correct torque spec. So hopefully that and brakes will bring my Camaro completely back to its, stock, in good shape condition. And then I can really start pushing it at autocross. But that's ultimately not the final goal, right? I definitely want to get a spare set of wheels and tires so I can start doing track days, right? Run some kind of Porsche takeoffs or actually take the time to buy some brand new tires. Either way, have some nice tires on a smaller wheel, preferably an 18. Then I can run a square setup so I don't, I can rotate tires around and get better wear out of them. That would probably be the ideal setup. So I'm going to gear up for that over the next few months. I'll be kind of setting money aside and budgeting so I can get all of that done. Hopefully, by the time that I make another one of these autocross videos, you're going to see a very different show because the car will be performing at a much more competitive level. And hopefully, I can start doing some track day videos too. So, as soon as I have that ready, I will be making those videos and posting that up. So, stay tuned for more.